For our next night of hide the bratwurst, it sounds vaguely dirty, and I find that hilarious. I have the humor of a 13-year-old boy. Just ask Matt. I'm because I do not have a mouse in my pocket, and I'm going to be making something that is inspired by cooking with Clara. She made something she had called the poor man's meal, and it involves potatoes, and her recipe calls for hot dogs. I'm going to modify it by putting in little pieces of bratwurst. So, for starters, I'm going to cut up some potatoes very fine. Well, not very fine, but I'm going to cube them pretty small. While I'm doing that, I forgot I want to get some tallow into my pan. She uses olive oil, I believe, but I'm just going to use tallow because I have it. I keep this handy dandy jar of tallow by my stove, and I have a jar of tallow and I have a jar of lard. I'm going to use tallow today. And I just keep that right next to the stove so I can use that to grease my pans. I have a lot of it because I was fortunate in that a friend of mine got a lot of bones and other offal, not awful, if you understand the difference, from a friend of hers who's a butcher. So I rendered a lot of tallow and lard this past summer. So I probably have at least, I have to say 30 quarts between the two, tallow and lard. I'll use the tallow to make soap along with cooking. Lard also you can make soap out of. As I understand, it makes a softer soap, so I'm not really sure, but we're going to give it a try. And then I'm just going to keep cutting up these potatoes, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you about cooking with Clara. Clara, who unfortunately has passed away, has a YouTube channel, and I believe her grandson still keeps it active. And she would describe growing up during the Depression and the different types of meals she would have, and she would cook them with us. She has all kinds of them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, you name it. She has such a great little sense of humor. She seems like the sweetest lady. She grew up, I want to say, in a city. I'm not sure which one. And she shares what she went through during the Depression and how they ate. Matt's grandmother went through the Depression also. She was born in 1923, 22. Yes, 22. And, no, 21. Anyway, you don't really care. 21. She was born in 1921. And she lived in New York, but by the time I had met her, her mind was fairly well gone, so I was not able to ask her questions about it. Now, my grandmother was born in 1933, which would have put her smack in the middle of the Depression. Most of her memories are not necessarily from the Great Depression, but were from World War II, which was an equally economically depressed time as far as having rationing and things. Now, she says that because they lived on a farm, they didn't really notice that they didn't really have a lot because they raised most of their own food. And in fact, she remembers taking eggs to the store to trade for things. And they would sell her eggs, her grandmother's eggs, in the store to other people. And they would be able to get, they meaning my grandmother and her grandmother, would get what they need. Now, my grandmother was raised by her grandmother, while my grandmother's father was off in World War II. So anyway, all that to say, the people that lived through these hard times are a wonderful resource for learning how to do with less. You can call me crazy if you want to, and many have, but I feel as though we are in we're coming up on a more difficult era. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong, but I don't think I am. So I think now's the time to kind of practice those skills. In fact, I always have had interest in that. As far as Clara and her YouTube channel, I will link her down in the description below because you would really enjoy watching her. She is such a neat little lady. I'm going to go ahead and go answer what the screaming baby is, and I'll be back. I have no idea what she was hollering about, but she's rattling around down there, so now I have to help her, so look out for that. I'm putting the potatoes in the bowl. Yes, that's Bo. The cast iron skillet. Yes. I'm going to do a few more potatoes. I was running out of room on my teeny weeny little cutting board here. You can hear them sizzling away. You're going to want to stir them after a minute or two, because the whole point of putting them in the fat is to get the outsides crispy, and then we're going to add water. Or you could add broth. I'm just going to add water to help cook them after they've got a crisp sort of outside. Sounds weird, but it's quite delicious. Oh, thank you, Bo. Thank you. Oh, these potatoes have been washed also. Anyone freaking out, I just picked up potatoes. And Bo has an onion for us. I don't usually like to cook with fresh onions, I'm not going to lie. Ever since I had my cataract surgery, onions really bother my eyes. But I'm doing it anyway, so if anyone sees me crying, that's why. Alright, Bo, hand it over. I'm going to put a small onion in there. If I knew where my dehydrated onions were, I might be tempted to get those out. No, Bo, that doesn't go in there, sweetie. That's the leftover, the bad part. That goes in the compost, little friend. Oh boy. Here we go. Bo, get back. Yeah, oh no, oh no. Get back, sweetie. Run. Run away from the onion. Run away from the onion. Oh, sweetheart. Okay, I'm not winning any mom awards today. Alright, I'm going to keep cutting these up. I'm going to turn off the camera so she can stop crying, because I'm sure all that screaming is not fun for you all. Actually, I think she was more upset about being put down than she was about the onion. We're making poor man's meal there. Alright. Well, it's potatoes with sausage and peas and carrots. It's going to be delicious. Okay. I think I'm going to add a few more potatoes. So Bo decided to help get rid of some of the bratwurst by eating it. Just grabbed a whole one, so that'll take care of one of them anyway. And I'm going to cut these bratwursts into quarters as best I can. You don't want any more?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Well, I'm going to cut the part off that you ate on, okay? We'll put that over there. And we'll just cut it up and throw it in here. Fran, you worried about germs. Cut off the part that she ate off of, but these kids slobber after each other, eat after each other. Shoot. One of them gets something, they all get something. Sorry, we're not really into biosecurity up in here. Yeah, you have these pieces. Why you gotta steal that piece? Oh, it's okay.
Oh, my pieces.
No, don't get another one out, Bo. No, don't get another one out, friend. Here, you have all these pieces. How many pieces do you need?
No.
Oh, I think someone didn't take a long enough nap.
No. Oh, my pizza. You do it.
Did you do it?
You do it.
So, sorry guys, this is real life. It's impossible to get away from them sometimes. So, but that's why I'm a stay-home mom, right? I know. Everyone who has older kids is like, enjoy these moments. You're gonna miss them. I don't know. Right now, I'm pretty much thinking y'all just forgot what it was like. I'm gonna stir this around a bit, and I am going to add just a little bit more of the tallow, because I just don't feel like that was enough. The potatoes really absorb any of your fat that you put in there, I feel like. I don't know if they technically absorb it. I don't know, it just disappears. I think they absorb it. But anyway, so I'm putting more of that in there to prevent it from sticking and to help everything brown. I put a little shot of salt in there because the sausages aren't terribly salty. I'm not really sure how many I'm going to put in there. Probably 4 or 5. Our knives really need to go to the sharpener. If you live in Delaware or nearby, there's an excellent knife sharpener at Willie Knives. They're in Greenwood. Does excellent work. Highly recommend them. Alright, I think one more brat and we are good to go. Oh, I can cut that one up? Thank you. Yeah, okay. I think it's just going to be the kids and I again tonight for dinner.
Mama.
Oh, look out for your little hand, little lady. Matt's working several hours from here. Well, several hours. I mean, like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So he won't be home. I don't think for dinner tonight. He hasn't been since Sunday. He works very hard for us. And we're very lucky.
Mommy.
Yes.
Right.
So now we're just going to wait for that to brown. The potatoes to brown some. So you can see some glorious little brown bits there. Add some water to it. Look out. It's going to put off some steam. And I'm going to cut the heat back a little bit. And that's going to steam the potatoes to cook the rest of the way. And it makes a pretty lovely sauce to go with it also. That will thicken from the starch from the potatoes. For a little flavor, Clara recommends adding a little bit of tomato sauce. I have some tomato paste that I put in there, just a little bit. Not much, to add to the flavor of the sauce. And then once the potatoes are finished cooking, see, you can see where the water's starting to thicken already into a gravy. Once the potatoes have completely cooked, then I will add 2 cans of peas, Well, mixed vegetables, peas, carrots, and green beans all together. And I will show it to you. I will show it to you what it looks like on the plate, because this looks kind of gross till you're done stirring it. You may need to add some water because that sauce seems to thicken up quicker than I expected. So here's what the finished product looks like. Bo is eating hers quite happily. Is that yummy, Bo? Yes. Kaz, what do you think?
Yes, it's very good.
And then Bear, what do you think of it?
Good.
You like it? Yeah. Do you mind the bratwurst in there?
The bratwurst.
Exactly. And then Mason's, I put some cheese on his because he loves cheese, but he didn't even want to try it, so he was sent to his room because he wouldn't eat. He's come back into the dining room. I hope he's decided that he's going to give it a try. Don't mind the little man and just is under ruse. It's been one of those days. Give it a try, Mason. See if you like it. I'm filming you so people will see. Show them how much you like it. Yum. Say see you next time.